Did that work?
Did that work?
Funky. Hello.
Very impressive looking.
Well done, Vanessa. Welcome Vanessa, to everybody who is joining us live. You're joining the LinkedIn Ladies Loose and Live, ready to share with you some news, some views, some gratitudes, and help you unblock anything that's getting in your way today or this week. Now, Mondays can feel a little bit rubbish. So the reason we wanted to be with you today is so to help you, we can help you set up your week right, help you put a little spring in your step, maybe a wiggle in your walk, and then really attack this week with some renewed energy. The aim of this show is very, very simple. It's just to have a bit of fun, help those people who are working from home, maybe out of choice, or maybe not. Maybe COVID has caused that. Maybe you are in between jobs. Whatever the reason is, you're missing that sort of that office banter, the chat, having someone to share ideas with, anything along those lines, that connection, that human to human connection that we get when we are real life face to face. So we're going to be asking you stuff that you get asked in the office, like how was your weekend? What did you get up to? What are you looking forward to this week? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anything you're proud of that you want to share with us that nobody said well done to you for? We'll do that. Anything that's worrying you this week, anything that you want to share, maybe you've got a block to success this week that you just want to sort out, we'll give you some ideas on that. But we just want to hear from you, so say hello, let us know you're there, let us know what you're excited about, and yeah, let's get cracking and see who's out there. Should we say hello to some people before we say hello to the two other lovely ladies here? So Vanessa, you've got the buttons.
We have, yes. So we've got a LinkedIn user. We've got Lisa Tomlinson. Hello. Thank you for joining us. And we've got Anil as well. So Anil Kunjani.
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So Vanessa, Melinda, what have you been up to this weekend? Anything exciting?
I have been working on coordinating some events. So that's always good fun, coordinating, festive meals, coordinating. Some friends of mine and I are planning on doing a ball gown pub crawl.
Oh, cool.
Which should be interesting. So lots of non-work thoughts running through my head this weekend.
Good for you. And having seen some pictures that you sent through of your recent dressing up activities, which made me howl this weekend. I can't wait to see that. Hello, Stella. Hello, Sue. Everyone that's coming in. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. What about you, Vanessa? What have you been up to?
I did a willow weaving course. We started, we learned how this is, and the willow weaving I've done before used tape and things like that. This was all natural young green willow. So we started with stars in the morning and ended by making a reindeer in the afternoon. So that was, and this is my, I've brought props. This is my start to a basket. How cool is that? Mine was the best one. It is very good. So that's all young, fresh willow. Yeah, so that was Saturday. And then Sunday, I was in the garden and I packed up the hot tub. And underneath the hot tub was a caterpillar. So I've now got a new pet.
Can you bring it forward? We need to see where is he?
He's under there. He's under there. Can you?
I think this is. We see him. I think this is our new mascot. We can't call him Colin because that's a cake.
That's already gone, hasn't it? Yeah.
Colin's gone. Katrina. I don't know. Well, that's a K.
He's a very we'll have to think about that. I don't know. He's a very middle class caterpillar because obviously there are no leaves outside anymore. They're all dead and brown. So he's got pak choy, baby spinach, and some lettuce in there. Yes.
It's very good. Well, I'm very glad he's living the high life. He's going to be. Oh, what a lucky caterpillar he is. So tell us, guys, girls out there, how was your weekend? What did you get up to? Was it thrilling? Was it utterly boring? Was it somewhere in the middle? Hi, John. Nice to see you. What did I get up to this weekend as people are thinking about what they're going to share with us? Taxi driving, quite a bit of arguing this weekend with two children, teenagers. I think I won. I'm not sure, but I think I won. Basically,
no, I heard you got to win the person and not the argument. Carry on.
Maybe I didn't then. But anyway, I mean, I had control. So does that mean I won? I don't know. But it involved taking electronics off 13-year-old child and threatening it with 15-year-old child. Too much time staring at screens and not enough time being helpful and doing stuff that is useful, which, always goes down really well. So I don't know if anyone else has got teenage kids out there, whether you've gone through the same thing, but yeah, it's just one of those weekends. But yours was child-free this weekend, Vanessa.
Yes, I get him back today, and then we'll start with the screen arguments and things. But mine's 9. But yeah. So he's been with his dad all week, and I've got him this week now. So I'm a part-time mum. I'm a single mum. I'm a part-time mum. It's
Hat off. Hat off. Okay, is there anyone else there that's sharing what they've been up to? Anything you've done? Hey, Johnny, love the peas, love the family time. Saw the peas. The peas?
Yes.
Parents.
Okay. Thanks. That's very good. Good. Glad you had a good weekend, Johnny. Anyone else want to share what you did out there? Are you hiding it from us? We'll wait to see. Okay, so let's have a think about what's going on this week. We've got children in need. You doing anything for children in need? Raising any money? Maybe you are setting up something where you're going to be getting some money. Oh, hello, Sue. Debated about, I can't read all that. You read it. My eyesight's really bad, Vanessa.
Debated about how and when going to dinner. A gift of face masks with a bottle of wine.
Oh, okay. Good. Very good. Nice way to spend an evening, an afternoon, in fact, a whole day, I think. I have an 11-year-old son and he was ungrounded. You've gone the other way. I can't even ground. Yes, that's the word. I'll say ground my son because he doesn't really go anywhere anyway. He's got so used to being in with COVID. It's just his default is to be in his room doing this. But yes, I feel your pain. So we've got Children in Need coming up this week. Anyone doing anything on that? Are you planning to watch it? Are you planning to raise some money for it? Do you know anyone that needs a shout out to get some support? Don't know whether you know anyone that's up to anything, either of you two.
I don't actually. I think the school are doing the usual dress up in pajamas. I remember when they did that in the first year Alistair was there, in Alistair's first year. And he, I've obviously brought him up very well because he kind of looked at me with this really dirty look, as in, you think I'm going to wear pajamas to school? He was 5 or 6 at the time, but already he knew that wasn't appropriate. So I'm proud of him.
So yeah, well done him. That reminds me actually of my son who he's dyspraxic, which it does actually impact how people feel about wearing other clothes and things like that. He has a thing about feeling, supposed to be baking for school. Oh, good, Kathleen, get on with that. Send us a picture of whatever you've baked. Good for you. I don't do baking. But my little boy, when he was a tiny little boy, he got dressed up as one of the kings in the 3 Kings for the Christmas play. And he was so adamant that he wasn't going to wear the outfit that in the end, he actually peed in it. So it couldn't be worn and it had to be put in there. And he's never got dressed up since. But hello to you, Amantha. How are you, lovely? Going to have Amantha on the show soon. She talks about all sorts of wonderful things, so we'll have her on when we can. Oh, what did LinkedIn use it for us to know who you are? I don't know how that happens. Johnny knows how this happens. He might be able to tell us.
Around security for Restream or for LinkedIn being able to talk to Restream, but we'll have to look that up and be able to provide people with guidance.
Okay, I think if you are linked into us and you give access, it works like that. But so somebody back to that one. Greetings. Oh, wow. Hey, Sally.
We're going international.
We've gone global. It's not sunny here. It's that sort of weather in the UK that makes your hair go fuzzy, unless you've got really good straighteners, which clearly I have. Anyway, great. Good morning. Oh, hi, Gabe. Nice to see you. Thank you for giving us a shout out on your post this morning and yesterday. Appreciate that. Anyone else in there? Hey,
hello, LinkedIn user.
Hello, I know who that is. Nice to know you're there. Okay, so what have you gorgeous people been up to this weekend? Tell us. If you haven't got anything you want to share us with about that, how about what you are most looking forward to this week. So what's exciting you? What's floating your boat? What are you really looking forward to this week? Anything going on for you ladies? Vanessa, Melinda, anything you're excited about?
I've got a few meetings coming up. So I've got a new client, a prospective new client this afternoon. And I've got general work, but I'm doing a workshop as well for one of my customers this weekend. So we look at one area of the business, one line of business, and we do SWOT, and then we do business model generations. That's always fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah,
I've got hopefully a couple client calls coming up, and prospects, and working on some side projects as well, like this one, and preparing for more social media type posts.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for sending the sunbeams in over there from Cape Town. Hello, ladies. This is Mary. First time joining your event. Nice to be here. I'm in Oxfordshire. Nice to have you on board. Actually, Mary, you haven't missed much yet because we only started last week. This is actually the first real show. Last week was just a test run, and we had so many lovely messages and messages of support and telling us that this was a lovely thing to do. So thank you for that. But welcome on board. What's Kathleen been up to? Knitting and stitching show at Harrogate on Friday, where I will try and resist more yarn.
That's what Kathleen's looking forward to. She's going to go to a show and not spend millions of pounds on beautiful, colourful, gorgeous.
Oh my good, yeah. This is so your bag, isn't it? You know what this is all about. I'm like, what? What is this? What is this?
I know Kathleen, and her new company is the Vegan Hat Company. So they're on Facebook. I think that's right. Tell me if I'm right, Kathleen. Let me know. And if anyone wants to buy vegan hats and find out more, you'll find them on Facebook. So Kathleen, share that with us if you can, because I'm sure lots of people will be interested. Yeah.
I love hats. I'm a big hat wearer.
Loads of people are sharing things. Loads of people are sharing things.
Let's have a look. I got a freebie shoe storage unit, which exactly matches one we already have. Saved us £200. Winning at life.
Result.
Winning at
life.
Great
result. Yeah, I just remembered I've got something coming up this weekend too, because I've got the Van Gogh 3D immersive experience, so that should be interesting to kind of be in the paintings.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah.
Amantha has got a mammogram tomorrow, which is not pleasant. Glad it's going to happen. Breast health is so important. This is something that Amantha really champions. And also premenopausal, perimenopausal, something to do with menopausal stuff. So Amantha talks about that a lot. So massive supporter of all related to women's health. So thank you for sharing that, and hope it goes well tomorrow. Not a pleasant thing to have to do, but something we have to do. Hey, Jeff. Good afternoon, ladies. Happy Monday on your first hashtag LLL. Yeah, if you haven't followed the hashtag yet, please do. Oh, that's nice. So sending some love out to you, Amanda, as well. This is lovely. Right, we've got Mary. Good for you. I'm starting my new series soon, so good to see how this one goes. Oh, what are you doing, Mary? Tell us. Good so far. My week is full of interviews and podcasts for my latest book, The Female Edge. Oh, little promo there, The Female Edge. Have a look into that. They don't know what it's about, but it's about women, so it's ace. That's fine.
Yeah, that should be very interesting.
Yeah. Cool, Mary. Thanks for sharing that. Non-production yet, still testing and research. Kathleen, what was that in relation to?
That was about the yarns.
Yeah,
vegan yarns, and seeing how well they knit, because some of them don't stretch very well. It's fascinating stuff. And I was going to send you a video, actually. I found some fungi which coloured my fingers. So I was wondering if you wanted it to test dyes. So that's another thing.
Oh my goodness, the things you get up to at the weekend, Vanessa. Mine was taxi driving and arguing, and yours is doing all sorts of strange things with fungus. Hello, Anna Maria. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for coming. So what am I looking forward to? Friday? No, I am looking forward to Friday, but just kidding. I am home alone this week with 2 children, grumpy teenagers, already discussed. And it's the first time I've actually had to do all the school runs and feeding and cleaning and working full time, because my husband's been around for 2 years because of COVID. So this is a bit of a shock to the system. So I was saying to Vanessa earlier, I really take my hat off to all single parents out there who do this on a daily basis. You rock. It will be fine, I know, because I've done it before. But yeah, it's a bit of a shock to the system, but lots of lovely clients to see this week, which will be fantastic as well. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so what questions have you got for us then this week?
We did have one really early on in the chat.
It's more about then, because we were thinking about what you're looking forward to this week, but what are you not looking forward to? What's blocking you? What's stopping you? What's causing you a bit of concern? And Lisa posted that she has got a tough conversation with the CEO coming up, and she really needs to talk to the trustees. How can she persuade him?
Oh my, I love that
That's
question.
right up Sarah's alley for sure.
I'm not going to say anything first because that would be unfair. But what do you think, Melinda? What are your thoughts?
I would say it's always good to consider their motivations and try to put yourself in their shoes first so that you can establish an empathetic position, and also subtly behind the scenes research if they're going to come up with points that kind of knock what you want to do aside. If you can put yourself in their shoes and prepare the arguments and kind of front load the elephant in the room, that diffuses the situation really well. So I think having that sort of insight in advance will help you prepare a bit more thoroughly.
Awesome answer.
That's a very good answer. Yeah,
very good. Vanessa, anything you'd add?
I would only, with any tough meeting where you start thinking about yourself more and how you're going to approach it, then try and depersonalize it.
Yeah.
And stick with the idea of what do you want to get out of it? What is the action at the end? And have a really clear idea going in what you absolutely need to get out of it. Just because from my own experience, I know that when you start kind of personalize it and thinking about it too much, you forget the end goal. But I can't top Melinda's.
No, well, I agree with all of that. What else would I add to it? I would think about how you're going to talk about the tough thing. I would also question, why is it tough? Is it tough for you or is it tough for them? Either way, you need to manage your own emotions. So if you can think about, what are you thinking and feeling and going to do in that meeting, and you do it in a less effective mindset, in the kind of, this is going to be tough, oh God, help me, you will not be as effective as if you turn that around. So I'm very happy if you want to give us a shout afterwards and tell us a bit more about it, and you really need some more help with this. But tough conversations, definitely very happy to talk to you about that. I would also just remember that you're both human beings and you both have the same value. A lot of people think because someone's got the title above them that they are a bit sort of at a lower level. Whether you're going to an interview, whether you are speaking to a CEO, whether you're speaking to somebody who has only just joined the company, you are still worth it. Sounds like a L'Oreal app, isn't it? You're worth it. You are still worth it. Everybody's worth it. Everyone has the same value. And when we start to devalue ourselves and worry about someone has more power over us, we lose power. So get that back as much as you can by thinking very carefully about what you want, empathizing with them, what do they need, and putting yourself on a level pegging with this person. Because just because they've got a CEO doesn't mean they're any better than you are. So I hope that helps a bit. And do tell us how you get on. I want to know what the toughness is about it.
Yeah, I've got one more idea on that before we go to the next. And that is, just before the meeting, it's really good to take a moment and just kind of clear your mind, but focus on what you want to achieve in that meeting, instead of like all the kind of, oh, what about this and what about that? And what if this negative thing happens? It's better to kind of get your power centered, which sounds all fluffy, but it's better to get focused.
You can go with fluffy.
Yeah, I find I have more success if I can think about, and some people say visualize, but I struggle with that because my mind's eye doesn't work. But to focus on what you want to achieve and what the positive outcome will look like. And so if you go in kind of with the mindset that, right, we've done it and here's how it's going to look, you're going to appear a lot more confident in your presentation. So best of luck to you.
Yeah, and Amantha's added something really relevant as well. Tough conversations work best when you connect on values. Yeah, you need to have a similar value set. So thank you for adding that in. Let Lucy.
Quite a few people are jumping in with their idea as well, which is brilliant.
Come on then.
Go on. So Lucy says she'd recommend having facts ready to hand and evidence that is incontrovertible. Facts can help people discuss. I had to kind of read that. Facts can help people discuss difficult topics in a less emotional way. I think going from what Melinda said as well, the idea with if you kind of go in with this is going to be tough and uncomfortable and awkward, but if you know, it's going to lead it down that path. But if you go in with like a positive, we have this problem, we're going to sort it out.
Yeah, I've got a great solution for this situation.
Changes the dynamic, doesn't it?
The other thing I'll also add in, I know we're chucking loads at this answer now, but think about the communication style of that person. If you are not communicating in a way that they can hear you, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, please get in touch because I can explain more about that. But when we are like somebody, we are much easier to be liked, and liking is one of the 7 powers of persuasion. So if you can get someone to like you, take the risk out of it, make sure the trust is there, and you're communicating in a way they can hear you, which is how they communicate, then you're also on a much better footing for a better conversation as well. So Dawn has added something as well. Plan your conversation, write down bullet points for discussion, prepare response for blockers. Awesome. So many people go into meetings unprepared. You know, what's the purpose of the meeting? What are you going to do in there? What's the plan? What are you both going to get out of it? And this is the other thing that people forget is it's not just what are you going to get out of it or them, it's both of you together. You know, if you devalue yourself and it's all about what they are going to get, you're already coming across a bit weaker and people will go for you. And you're on a level playing field there. Mary, I'd be tempted to take tough out of the conversation, open up by listening first and share your perspective. Interesting one, Mary, because if someone is a strong, expressive character, they will talk to you first and tell you. If you're meeting a strong introvert preference character, they will start by listening. So if you both start by listening, you've got a bit of a problem. So I love that, but just make sure the person on the other side is opening up. Maybe you start with some questions so that you can listen, but I absolutely agree with you. Oh, another one from Lucy. Go on, Melinda. I'm going to save my voice today.
Oh. Yes, Lucy's saying the other thing I would say is never ever start with "I'm sorry, but," and it's true that this is a very female start, as Lucy has said, and it really puts people in the mindset that you're wrong or you don't know what you're talking about or that there's something wrong with the solution that you are about to present, because if there wasn't, why would you apologize for it? So, and
brilliant, Lucy.
I would add to that the word "just," that I'm trying to erase it from my vocabulary because it minimizes everything. So if you go into a big meeting and say, "I just want to show you the solution to the problem," it sounds like, I don't know, it's not as powerful as "I would like to share with you the solution to the problem that I've developed." Yeah. So I know it's hard to go in and it adds an extra layer of complexity to say, "Oh, don't say this, don't say that, don't say the other thing." But it's just kind of when you're preparing your message in advance, try to eliminate those words like "I'm sorry" and "just," and those things that take the power away. It's if really good... pretend to be like, I know it sounds funny, but pretend to be a man in the room. Think about a strong male figure and how would they present? How would Barack Obama present what you are trying to sell to this CEO? So
I have a bit of a problem with that. I love you, Melinda, but I don't care. I don't care whether you're male or female. I know plenty of males that I work with who suffer from imposter syndrome, and let's not talk about whether that's real or not. That's not the topic for today. It is. But anyway, I don't care whether you're male or female. When you're feeling lesser because you're going into a situation where you feel uncomfortable, we all say the words that trigger "I'm lesser than you" in the other person's brain. Maybe I am a very strong-minded woman, all right, and I've never let any man get in my way. But I don't think it's a male-female thing. I know some people think that it is, but trust me, if you work with a cross section of people, you'll see just as many men with the same problems. We just think it's a female issue, but it really isn't. But let's not start on that.
All right. Well, then pretend that you're or just visualize an assertive person and a commanding public speaker, and model.
Visualize this. Okay, sorry, I shall move on. So what else is getting you? I hope that's helped you a bit. You've got lots of help there. What do you do if you leave messages, email or other, and the person you need to speak to neither picks up the phone nor answers your messages? It matters to me, not to them, and I do business development. Well, I think it's telling you everything you need to know, to be honest. First of all, stop doing what you're doing because it's not working, and think about what it is you are trying to get across to them. And the best way to do it is clearly not how you're doing it. Is there another way that you can show up in their lives or get them to know about you? But please, please, please stop badgering them, because they're never going to pick up the phone to you if you do that. Some of us will work on the theory that, the first message, they just missed it. Yeah, been there, done that. Second message, maybe they missed that one. No, they didn't. They're just not coming back to you. So I work on the theory that if a client is meant to be a client, there will be a client anyway. Stop trying to get them and help them buy something from you, and do it differently to how you're doing it now. Maybe being on LinkedIn, maybe doing some videos. We have the queen of videos in the top right there, Vanessa. Go and look at her stuff. But I would stop doing what you're doing with that person, not completely forever, because that means no business. What do you think, ladies?
I kind of agree, really. I think it's going to make yourself, I'll let them know where you are when they're ready. If they're not answering, then I think you're right. Don't badger them. You could alter your approach, try something different. As you say, you could, if they're on it, be present where they're present, maybe, and let them know where you are. That would be my.
Anything else, Melinda? Anything you can add to that?
You've kind of covered a lot of it already. It's really tricky when you need to talk to somebody. If it's for sales development, then everything that's been said is completely relevant. If it's something like you're trying to get a hold of a technical resource to get a question answered for a client or things like that, that can be more difficult. And in those situations, I've had some luck with sort of empathizing with that person a bit. It seems to be a theme this week. Yeah. But if they are really busy, I've had developers where I've had to work with them and try to get information from them. And sometimes just saying to them, you know what, I know you're super busy and I'd really like to buy you a coffee so we can have a 5-minute chat for this. Can we take, next time you're ready for a break, can we do that? And be more collaborative as opposed to, hey, I need this answer from you right now. Yeah, because immediately a lot of people just put the shields up and be like, well, I don't have time for you. Instead of going in with maybe just a different approach.
I agree. And I know this is going to turn into a sales training course. Welcome to my old life. But effectively what you're seeing here, if someone isn't picking up the phone to you, they have no need. And the first thing they haven't got is any trust with you. You've got to build trust first, get them to know you, then find out if they have a need. And what you might be doing is what we're all getting a lot of at the moment, which is, hey, thanks for connecting. Want to buy this? No, thank you. I don't need that. And I had never had any need for that. So it immediately alienates people. So build trust, find out what they need. And I mean, really find out what they need. Don't just ask a couple of questions and go, oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Dig deep and then only offer a solution to their problem if they've got one. We're all way too fast at trying to make people buy stuff at the moment, and it really, really bugs me. So slow it down. It's a case of slowing down to speed up. You will get more business, better business, more repeatable business if you do it that way than just keep banging that drum and sending through email after email or phone call after phone call. Have a reason to call and make it a reason that they can't resist.
So Lucy is being very good at sharing her advice and experience. She's proposing that you could try varying your communication. She said she's had great success by sending a beautiful postcard by the actual physical post, not in an envelope, and maybe offer an incentive that would appeal. I think one of our connections posted about baking a chocolate cake for somebody who she was really struggling. Danielle, wasn't it? It was really struggling to get hold of. So she made a chocolate cake and he didn't actually come into the office. on that day, but he heard about it, and so then he made time. So yeah, bake a cake, send a postcard,
I think that post might be from
incentive.
Joanna Bell. Actually, it could be that Lucy's posting on behalf of hers. So if you're there, Joanna, hello.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I think it was Joanna's. It must be Joanna's question about how do you get hold of this person if they're not answering, but we can't see that because it just says LinkedIn user.
Whatever's going on, this is wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Okay, anything else getting in your way? Anything else bothering you? Anything else you're stuck on that the three of us can offer our wisdom on? And I'd just like to say, whatever advice we give you, whatever we say, these thoughts are our own. If you act on them and they work, brilliant, tell us. If you act on them and they don't work,
nothing to do with us.
Tell us, but don't sue us. What is Mr. Fellows? Now you will recognize everything I was just talking about, because all of that stuff I was just talking about, I learned by being part of Wilson Learning's a wonderful network as an associate trainer, and that is on a course that is just brilliant, best sales course I've ever been on. So if your company needs a sales training course, you need to get in touch with Mr. Fellows quickly. Clear agenda states that the payoff for them and you in the meeting is a great idea. Yes, it builds confidence in conducting the meeting, and you can share it in advance to get their feedback. Awesome, good stuff. Hope you're well, Simon. Thank you for coming. Yeah, so if your company is thinking about doing anything to improve its own ability to get in front of more customers, please get in touch with Wilson Learning. They rock. This wasn't supposed to be promotional, was it? Sorry. Oops, take it back. Not really. Whew. Melinda, over to you. You can read this one. It's a long one.
The next question from Anna Maria is, I'm developing a series of workshops meant to inspire individual creativity and diverse creative collaboration in organizations. What would you start with? Prototyping the product as open workshops or getting more insights from potential corporate customers? So I think the important thing, if you're going to put energy into developing something, is you need to be sure that you're developing something that people actually want and need. A lot of times we assume that we know what people need, and it may be what they actually need. However, if they don't know they need it, it won't resonate. So my first step would be gathering information, and maybe you've already done this. It sounds like you've got some insights already, but doing surveys, even like LinkedIn posts for polls saying, what are your top 3 problems? Is it this? Please rank them. Those kind of ideas can help crowdsource the information that you need to make the most effective presentation possible, which will then be easier to sell.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you've got to know. And the only way to really know is to get cracking with it. And I like your ideas of open workshops. I've done an awful lot of those in the past where I've just got people in. Make sure you capture the data. I'm sure you will do, probably teaching you to suck eggs, but make sure you capture the data. Something I saw that was done brilliantly by my coach a couple of weeks ago when she ran a really amazing workshop. And you may already know this, but at the end of the workshop, it was live, but you can do this on video anyway, is she captured how people felt immediately as soon as the workshop had finished. And you're catching people in the moment when they're excited, when they remember. And then you've got great collateral to be able to use that on any social media or whatever you're doing to promote it in the future. And you'll get some realistic feedback on that as well. But one of the other things I got taught a long time ago, which really, really helps me, is to just do it. I want it. Vanessa wrote a post about just get shit done. Sorry for the swear word. I hope no one's listening in the background with little ears. But just get on with it and start, because we spend so long procrastinating. Melinda's post today, worrying about what might happen. I'd just crack on and do it and just get the feedback. But good luck. Let us know how you get on. Anything you'd add, Vanessa? Are you?
Absolutely, certainly good luck, and let us know how you get on. But yeah, I really like the idea of kind of capturing the feelings at the end, but maybe capturing the feelings at the beginning as well, and see how that changes. And just recording feels. But yeah, I think just do it, and then you'll learn from the first one, and you'll get so much insight from what people want and what people need. And of course, every organization is different, isn't it? Every culture is different. And what the culture is kind of on the website from what is really felt can often be very difficult. So maybe get a bit of insight into the culture that you're stepping into as well. And understanding the customer's aims. What do they want to get from the workshop? Mm-hmm. Is it teamwork? Is it just more innovation?
It's tricky because it's one of those things where when you're doing presentations and workshops and creating product, you want it to be about you, but it can't be about you. It has to be about serving your ideal clients. So as long as you're keeping them in mind, it'll be successful. I mean, obviously you want to have an outline and bullet points, but you also need to be flexible enough to say, you know what, this thing that I had planned isn't going to work for the people that I have in front of me. How can we switch it up to add value and keep those people coming back? And then there was a bit later.
A couple of people that Adam just came on. There was somebody just before Adam as well. I don't know if we can go back.
Adam.
Life is in the doings. One before Adam as well, which I really liked, which was from Gary. Yeah, think big, start small, move fast. Yeah, I'm really good at this. I have lovely ideas. I have big ideas. And then I go, oh God, I think we all do a bit. It's like, how do I do it? And as long as I start tiny and just do these tiny little dominoes every day, just to start getting that momentum, the big one goes over at the end. So we often go, that's the big dream. Oh Christ, I can't reach it. Let's not go there. Start procrastinating. But yeah, move fast, keep going. Thanks, Gary. And thank you, Adam. And we had another one, I think, just came through from Simon. Awesome platform for problem solving on a daily show. That's what it was for, Simon. Thank you. And thank you for coming and joining us. You're very welcome to bring your happy news and your gratitudes and any problems, and we'll just try and blast through them for you. So that's what it's all about. Okay, any other problems that we need to sort out? We are rapidly running out of time. Anything else?
No, there are no more problems. There's a lot more people sharing thoughts and ideas to the problems that we've already discussed in the feed. So go back after and we'll read through them. Let's crack on because
we are now on to our feature of the show. It's about quotes. Now, we want to get towards the end of the show. We want to get happy. We want to be feeling positive. We want to have nice, strong, happy vibes. And I was looking through when we started thinking about this, we were looking at what are really positive quotes that we really love, but also what are the ones that we look at and just go, that sounds great, but how do you do it? So we want to help you with those ones. Or there's some that you just hate in which they'll be banished into room 101 or equivalent room. Where things go in a bin. I picked this one for today. It's a pleasure, Anna Marie. Hope that helps. It's one by Theodore Roosevelt, which is believe you can and you're halfway there. I think most people will have seen this or heard it in some shape or form. And I love it for lots of reasons. It's very simple, but I don't know. What do you think about it, Vanessa, Melinda? Do you like it? Is it one you've heard before?
Yeah, I think it's key. Because if you don't believe you can do something, you'll never fully commit to taking that first step and taking the second step. But even if you do manage to get it on the first couple steps, if you don't believe it, you're not going to embrace ideas that come. You're going to dismiss stuff that could be very helpful. Exactly. And so, I think it's critical, really.
It is. What do you think, Vanessa? Is it one you like or one you go, bin it?
I kind of like it, but I think there's half of it missing.
There's a lot missing.
Just while I'm on, somebody did ask what was the book, because it was backwards. And when we were talking about the male-female thing, The Authority Gap has been recommended to me by Mary Ann Seacart. So that's my next book. I've not started, but it's just arrived. So this... visualization and belief is absolutely key, isn't it? We have to see ourselves doing it so that we know that we can, and we have to believe it. And the last book that I read, the one before actually, was The Miracle Equation, which was Hal Elrod. And he did The Miracle Morning, which was all about gratitude and affirmation and visualization, etc. But then he realized that he'd missed half the book out. So he then wrote The Miracle Equation, which is you need unwavering faith plus extraordinary effort.
Exactly.
So you can believe it, but you've got to then do it. I think Adam said earlier, didn't he? It's all in the doing. You can't dream and daydream it's going to happen. You've got to put the effort in.
Yeah, so I'm a great lover of mood boards, you name it, do whatever it is to make you happy. You've got to think happy. You've got to think. The problem with this is if you don't believe you can, then you won't. You're absolutely right. If you start to believe you can, then you're halfway there, but then there's all the hard work to go in it. But what stops us from having an unshakable belief in ourselves is what really interests me. Neuroscience nerd about to appear. But when we don't truly believe, or when we can't truly believe, or we choose not to, actually is probably the best way to put it, it's because we're telling ourselves a pack of lies. We're basing our beliefs on things that are untrue. And if you want to know more about that, then please come and read my post, because I talk about this a lot. But if you can't get yourself into a strong belief state, you're not going to do as well as you could do. You're always going to have your brain fighting against you and holding you back and keeping you small. Procrastination, self-sabotage all kicks in. So yeah, I love the quote, but because I understand it and I know what it takes to have unshakable belief and how to help people get that, and then I know that it takes hard work. But if I'm just a believer of, I believe and I can, and it fails, that's not going to take you anywhere. Lots of stuff coming in. Adam, yes, motivational quotes are only as good as the execution they create. Good. The danger of motivational quotes is that folks see them, feel inspired, but do nothing about the feeling they have because they believe the feeling is enough, which isn't, sadly. God, can you imagine how much money you could make if you just had a quote that made people go from feeling to action?
Isn't that a mood board?
Yes, something like that. Yeah, very, very good. So these quotes are lovely, and I do like a lot of them, but a lot of them are a bit half-baked, and there's so much story and action behind them.
Right, this is our 3-minute warning.
3-minute warning. Okay, so we're going to end on very, very happy notes. Who do you want to give a shout out to? Who do you want to tell thank you to? What are you happy about? What have you done really well? Let's share the happiness. Anyone got anything they're super proud of that no one said well done to yet from last week, or something that
I think for those of you who are at the start of the show, we need to, I mean, it's a bit of not personal self-congratulation, but within the group, but Vanessa did a great job of doing a new intro, and soon you're going to see a new outro. And this was all like, this isn't her day job. It was kind of one of those, maybe we could do this. Let's have a go. And so it just shows how.
And it was done.
Just having a go. And yes, there was frustration and angst involved, but just having a go produced a really great result, even without having, specific experience in doing it before. So
yeah, well done you. I'm going to say a massive thank you and well done for everybody who's joined us today, and anyone that's going to join us on catch up or watching this. Thank you so much. We really love it. Without you, this isn't going to work. So keep offering your input. And I'd also like to thank a very special friend of mine called Louise Needham, who may be watching, who's just helped my daughter pass her maths mock, which she wouldn't have done probably without her help. So highly recommend Louise Needham if you need a maths tutor for GCSE. And anything else coming? Vanessa, anyone you want to say a thank you to or happy news about yourself?
Who am I grateful to? I tell you what, I'm grateful to the Tinder date who stood me up on Friday because I didn't have time to meet him anyway. I'm far too busy for that kind of stuff. You didn't waste any time. I could get back. I mean, I barely set out because I rang. But anyway,
you got valuable time back.
Got time back, and obviously his loss, etc.
I'm going to say, what a fool! You missed out. But hey ho, who cares? That's his loss. Anyone else got anything they want to say thank you to? Have a brilliant week. Thank you. We will. You have a brilliant week too. So thoroughly enjoy it. Thanks, Sally. Thank you for coming. Thanks, Dawn. Glad you enjoyed it. We enjoyed ourselves too, I think. Yeah. Remember, the more we say thank you to people, the more we give some gratitude, we're releasing happy chemicals into our brain. Mm-hmm. And if you're observing someone doing that, you also get the happy chemicals in your brain. So we can start spreading the happiness really easily. Thank you for coming, everybody. Anything else, just pop it onto the feed. It'll still be coming in there. We'll jump in and say hello to you. And if it's something you're proud of, we'll say well done. Pleasure, Gary. Thank you for coming. And if you'd like to help spread the word about this show, please make sure you make a comment, like it, share it if you want to. Add us onto the share if you do it. So we'll pile it and say hello to you and show you some love as well. And if there's anything you want to share with us next week that you want us to talk about, but maybe you're going to miss the show, or you don't want to share it live, come and tell one of us. We'll keep it a secret and we'll pretend it's from us, but we'll get it sorted. Anything else to say, Vanessa and Melinda, before we say goodbye?
I would just say, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn. We're all three very active, posting every day, almost every day, and lots of good information there. Aww. And also, if you are watching this on replay, we'd love to know you're here. Still drop a hashtag replay in the comments, and feel free to drop us a DM, as Sarah said, if you'd like to do a asking for a friend request for another week. And we understand that there may be some things you don't want broadcast to the universe that you're asking as a question, and that is
we can do that. Fine. Yeah, we can do that. Have a fabulous week, everybody. Anything that's getting in your way, just think happy thoughts and watch a happy quote come up on your computer or something. I'm sure that will help, won't it? But thank you to everybody that's got involved. Have a wonderful week, and we shall look forward to seeing you next week, same time, more of the same. Tell us if there's anything you want to add. We'll add it. It's all up for grabs right now. But thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.